All right, so this passage is Revelation chapter 7, verses 1 through 5, and this is where we pick up in the book of Revelation. We're going to continue to walk through this amazing, crazy, fun, weird book together, verse by verse. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you've been with us for a while, welcome back. Let's dive right in. So let's get the big idea of this passage before we even look at the verses. John sees a vision of judgment being held back on the earth until God's people are sealed. So let's go through the verses and see how that happens. So verse 1 says, "And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth or on the sea or on any tree." Now I know you guys like when I teach on the preterist perspective, but I want to tell you right now, no matter what perspective you hold on the tribulation, this passage does not teach that the tribulation hasn't started yet, okay? Some people think, well, if the 4 angels are holding the 4 winds of the earth, then clearly the tribulation hasn't begun because the winds aren't blowing. You can interpret that way if you want, but this passage doesn't teach that the tribulation hasn't started yet. The point of this passage is that judgment has been held back on the earth for a season. Judgment has been held back on the earth for a moment. A judgment that would destroy the earth and its inhabitants is being held back. Maybe it's the judgment of God's wrath poured out on the wicked. Maybe it's the judgment of the 4 horsemen of Revelation chapter 6. But whatever it is, judgment is being held back until God's people are sealed. So again, no matter your view on when this passage fits into the timeline of events, the point is that God is holding back judgment until his people are sealed. Then verse 2, "And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea." So an angel comes up from the east. He has the seal of the living God, and he tells the 4 angels who have been holding back judgment, "Hey, you don't have to hold it back anymore. You can pour it out. You can destroy the earth. You can destroy the sea." So again, an angel is coming from the east and giving instructions to these 4 angels. Verse 3, saying, "Hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads." So that's the point of this passage. Judgment is being held back till God's people are sealed. That's what we just talked about. But in this verse, it says that judgment will be released till the servants of God are sealed in their foreheads. So maybe this is the same angel that was mentioned in Revelation chapter 6, verse 11, where it says, "And to the Lamb they took no harm." And so these servants of God are going to be sealed so that they take no harm. They are sealed in their foreheads. In other words, they are marked as belonging to God. They are marked as being his property. And so the seal is placed on their foreheads, and they'll be protected from whatever judgment is being held back. Then in verses 4 and 5, John actually hears the number of those that were sealed, and he writes those numbers down. Verse 4 says, "And I heard the number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel." So John hears that 144,000 people are going to be sealed. Then it goes through and it gives the breakdown of each tribe and how many were sealed from each tribe. And it starts with the tribe of Juda, and it says 12,000 were sealed from the tribe of Juda, and then 12,000 from Reuben, and then 12,000 from Gad. Now there's a lot of debate around this number of 144,000. What does it mean? Is it 144,000 people? Is it 144,000 years? There's all kinds of ideas about this number, but regardless of what the number means, what do you think it means? Comment below. I'm curious what you think it means. For me personally, I believe this is a symbolic number representing completeness. Okay? It's a perfect number. It's a multiple of 12, and it represents completeness. All of Israel will be saved in that day. This is talking about the salvation of the nation of Israel. All of Israel will be saved in that day. They will all come to faith in Jesus. But I'm not the only one that believes that. Let's look at what the early church fathers believed about this number. Origen, who was a church father around 185 AD, So again, the big idea of this passage is that God is holding back judgment until his people are sealed. They are sealed in their foreheads, and they will be protected from whatever judgment is coming. And John is shown 144,000 people being sealed. And it's a symbolic number showing that all of Israel will be saved. So what should we learn from this passage? I want to learn 3 lessons. First, God will hold back judgment for a season. God will hold back judgment for a moment. Right now, there's judgment being held back. God is being patient. God is being long-suffering. God is giving people time to repent. And that gives us hope. It gives us hope that God might still be working in someone's life. It gives us hope that God is not finished with someone's life yet. Even though that person has walked away from God, even though that person has rejected God, even though that person is living however they want to live, God may still be working in their life. God may still have plans for their future. God may still be holding back judgment for a season. He may still be trying to get them back to himself. The second thing I want us to learn is that God's people will be protected from judgment. If you put your trust in Jesus, if you place your faith in Jesus, you will be protected from God's judgment. It says that the servants of God, the people that belong to God, will be sealed in their foreheads. They will be protected. They will take no harm. They will be protected from whatever judgment is coming. And so if you're not trusting Jesus, if you don't have faith in Jesus, then you will face God's judgment. But if you do, then you will be protected from God's judgment. And the third thing I want us to learn is that God's people should be zealous for the lost. We should care about the lost. We shouldn't care that people are lost. We should care about the lost. We should be praying that God would save them. We should be loving the lost and seeking their salvation. We should be sharing the gospel with them. We should be doing everything we can to show them the love of Jesus and to point them to faith in Jesus. Why? Because we know that God is holding back judgment for a season. He's being patient. He's being long-suffering. And we know that judgment will come. And we know that if people aren't saved before that judgment comes, they're gonna face God's righteous judgment. And none of us want that for anyone. And especially as Christians, we want to do everything we can to make sure that people hear the gospel and have a chance to put their trust in Jesus and be saved. So I hope you guys enjoyed this overview of Revelation chapter 7, verses 1 through 5. Again, if you want to watch more videos on Revelation, if you want to watch more videos walking through the book of Revelation, just click on my profile and you'll be able to see all of those videos. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. It really helps us. Please share this video with your friends. We want this kind of teaching to get out there. And please subscribe.